Alright, we on. Hey, it's Nun Nagi Sunday class. Let's get started.
I'm gonna think of some witty intro, but I ain't got nothing. In an instant, I'm trying to change the world in which I'm living. Oppressive politicians looking down on opposition. I don't get it. It's like the world is at our opposition. Without a pocket fishing, we get
so
they don't listen. It's
been a little minute, you know what I mean? You know we've been out of the mix, but we right back at it best we can. So, you know, we can get started with things. We got a lot of ground to cover today. Hopefully, you know what I mean, try to keep all the dead out of this, but if not, we'll just edit it, you know, kill all the dead air. But yeah, man, we got some stuff, some good news for you guys, some updates coming here and there. Definitely want to send a shout out to all the active Moors, been doing their thing and still doing their thing, you know, holding it down like you know you're supposed to. You know, appreciate you guys, much love. Definitely want to send a shout out to all the Moors in Philly, doing their thing up in Amexem territory, holding it down. And now, in the land of flowers, you know, Tierra de Flores, we got Regencia Alabamu now. And through that entity, we will be able to activate some things in the southern, you know, southeastern region and beyond. So we got some good things in the mix, people. Coming up. Matter of fact, let me just go on and cut this so we can go and start talking. But today, I'm definitely gonna hit the one-on-ones since it's Sunday class for you guys, and definitely get that review in, because I know it's a lot of new people, whole lot of new people, new folks in the mix. You know, if you're just tuning in, or if you're just now getting started with tuning in to these videos, we're about the resurgence, or the business of resurgence, of this government and this Moorish paradigm here, so that we are able to, you know, get some things going, remind some people that we're not gone, you know, we're still living, still kicking. For others, they're just being introduced to this information and this, you know, this paradigm, so to speak. But shouts out to rvbaypublications.com, shouts out to activemoors.com, moorishdirectory.com, willofalah.com, Moorish Nation Public Records, moorsandmasonry.org, moorishcivillitter.net, the list goes on. All of these Moors, all these websites rather, are built by Moors for Moors. So, you know, if you've got questions, check out these websites, and, you know, it'll help you out, you know, a lot, actually, believe it or not. And again, I definitely want to say shout out to rvbaypublications.com, because without them, you know, that online university, we probably would not be where we're at today. But shouts out to them. Alright, so we got it set up. We're ready. How y'all doing? This is Nun Nagi Sunday class. Just so you guys know, we're back from now on starting around 7:30, 7 o'clock-ish on Sundays. And we'll go till about 8 or 9, or maybe later, depending on how the group goes. But today I just really wanted to hit the one-on-one questionnaire and some of lot 1 of the Juror Questionnaire. So just real quick for a dry run, I just wanted to read this out. You know, if you got any questions or comments, definitely hit us with the email. Contact us at fezprovince@gmail.com, or you can visit us at fezprovinceregency.org. So without further ado, the one-on-one questionnaire. Now notice, get a real good shot of that for the camera. You got the prophet holding the woman and bringing her out of the cares of the world onto the, you know, firm rock of salvation. And realize, you can see, humanity is written on her womb. For y'all in the live chat, y'all can see. So Number one, this is the one-on-one questionnaire for all those who, are familiar. This is just a review, but for those just coming in or being introduced to the science, this will be something new for you. And hopefully you'll get something out of this. Either way. 1, who made you? Allah. Number 2, who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. 3, can we see him? The answer, no. 4, where is the nearest place we can meet him? Answer, in the heart. 5, who is Noble Drew Ali? Answer, he is Allah's prophet. 6, what is a prophet? What is a prophet? We got, now just for those who just tuning in, we do have people that, pop in and out sometimes. And if I don't get to them first to mute them out, then, you'll get some noise in the background, but just bear with me. 6, what is a prophet? A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. 7, what is the duty of a prophet? Answer, to save nations from the wrath of Allah. 8, who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Answer, Noble Drew Ali. 9, what year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? 1913 AD. 10, where? Newark, New Jersey. 11, where was Noble Drew Ali born? Answer, in the state of North Carolina. Right? Number 12. What is your nationality? Moorish American. Welcome if you're just joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace. Greetings. Who is it? Can you hear me? Peace. Yes, he can't hear me. Anyway, 13, what is your nationality? Moorish American. Why are we Moorish Americans? Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. 15, for what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? Answer, the uplifting of fallen humanity. All right. 16, how did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans? By teaching them to be themselves. 17, what is our religion? Islamism. Is that a new, or is that the old time religion? Answer, old time religion. 19, what kind of flag is the Moorish? Answer, it is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. 20, what do the 5 points represent? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. 21, 22, which is our holy day? Friday. 23, why? Answer, because Friday is the day on which man was formed in flesh, and it was on Friday when he departed out of flesh. 24, who was Jesus? He was a prophet of Allah. Where was he born? In Bethlehem of Judah, in the house of David. 26, who were his father and mother? Joseph and Mary. 27, will you give in brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came? Some of the great fathers through which Jesus came are Abraham, Boaz by Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary. Hold on, I think we got some people in the chat. Let me just reset it right quick. Apologize for you guys that's watching the video. I'll try to edit this out.
I'm going to learn that thing.
Islam, can you hear me?
I'm decent now, but I'm telling you.
Alright, maybe not. Alright, so where are we? 28. Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth? Right? To save the Israelites from the iron hand oppression of the pale-skinned nations of Europe who were governing a portion of Palestine at that time. 29. How long has that been? About 2,000 years ago. 30. What was the nationality of Ruth? Ruth was a Moabitess. 31. What is the modern name for the Moabites? Moroccans. 32. Where is the Moroccan Empire? Northwest Amexem. This is very important. 33. What is the modern name for Amexem? Africa. 34. What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco? Sultan. 35. Where do we get the name Jesus? From the East. 36. What does the name Jesus mean? Jesus means justice. Islam. 37. Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name? Answer, yes, but it cannot be used by those who are slaves to sin. 38. What is an angel? An angel is a thought of Allah manifested in human flesh. 39. What are angels used for? Answer, to carry messages to the four corners of the world to all nations. 40. What is our prophet to us? He is an angel of Allah who is sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah. All right. 41. What is the everlasting gospel? Answer, it is a saving power that comes from Allah through our ancient fathers by his prophet. 42. What is the covenant of the great God Allah? Answer, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earthland, which the Lord thy God Allah hath given thee. 43. At what age did Jesus begin to teach? Answer, at the age of 12. 44. Where did he teach? Answer, India, Africa, and Europe. All right, and if you're familiar with the Circle 7, it goes through these time periods as well as in the Red Book. It gives you some of the time in India. Well, you could get it in both, actually. 45, how long did he teach? 18 years. All right, and this is part of what the Circle 7 and the Red Book collectively cover, is that 18 years that's missing from the Bible, that everybody seems to, not be able to find. Well, the prophet was, chosen and manifested to divinely prepare the Circle 7 and these questionnaires to, help keep us on point with the truth. And as you break down, and as the time goes on with the other lessons, we'll break down these questions and answers a little bit more in detail for you guys. And again, if you've got any questions about these questions and answers, make sure you email them to us at fezprovince@gmail.com. But moving forward, where are we? All right, how long did he teach? 18 years. 46. What did Jesus say would make you free? All right, Jesus said the truth shall make you free. And the answer is truth. 47. What is truth? Truth is art. 48. What is art? Art is Allah. 49. Can truth change? Truth cannot change or pass away. 50. What other name do we give to truth? Holy breath. 51. What have you to say about the holy breath? Answer, all we can say is, it is great, it is good, it was, it is, and evermore to be. Amen. 52. At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed? In the Garden of Eden. 53. Where is the Garden of Eden? In the land of Canaan, in the city of Mecca. 54. What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden? Answer, Mecca. 55. What is the name of the first physical man? His name cannot be used only by executive rulers of the adept chamber of the MST of A. And it's got AC in there for those who don't know what AC means. But that stands for adept chamber. 56. What are the words of AC of the adept chamber of the MST of A? The words of AC of the MST of A. Adept chamber of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Third heaven. Right? That's the answer. And pardon me for those who are not looking at this. But yeah, you'll see it once you read it. 57. Who were Adam and Eve? Answer, they are the mothers and fathers of the human family, Asiatics and Muslims. 58. Where did they go? They went into Asia. 59. What is the modern name given to their children? Asiatics. 60. Who is guarding the holy city of Mecca today to keep the unbelievers away? Angels. 61. What is the modern name for those angels? Asiatics. 62. What is the shade of their skin? Answer, olive. 63. Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels? Answer, yes. We all have the same father and mother. 64. Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve. Answer, Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast. The 5 that fell. 65. What is the devil sometimes called? The lower self. 66. How many selves are there? 2. Name them. Answer, higher self and lower self. 68. What people represent the higher self? The angels who protect the holy city of Mecca. 69. What people represent the lower self? Those who were cast out of the holy city and those who accept their teaching. 70. What is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life, and breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. 71. Can the higher self pass away? No. 72. Why? Answer, because it is Allah in man. Talking about the higher self, right? 73. What does the lower self breed? This is important. Pay attention to this, right? Hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, theft, and everything that harms. 74. What did the higher self say to the lower self at one time when he met him? Answer, where are you going, Satan? All right, and those, Bible scholars out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can leave a comment for the scripture for those who don't know. Or we might, leave a note later, depending on how I'm feeling in editing. 70, where we at? 75. 75, what was the answer the higher self gave to the lower self? Answer, I am going to and fro the earth seeking whom I may devour. All right. 76, has he finished his task of devouring? Answer, yes. 77, when was his time declared out? When he nailed Jesus to the cross. 78, what are the last words Jesus uttered? Answer, it is finished. 79. What did he have reference to? He had reference to the end of Satan. 80. Did Jesus say that he would return to conquer him? Answer, yes. 81. What is the name of the person into whom Jesus was first reincarnated? Answer, Prophet Muhammad the Conqueror. Now this is important if you're really studying and trying to understand more science and the deeper lessons here. So Jesus' first reincarnation, according to the questionnaire and the teachings, by the prophet, was Prophet Muhammad the Conqueror. 82. Was Satan to be bound then? Satan, answer, Satan was to be bound in part. 83. When was the head of Satan taken off? Answer, 1453, Byzantine. 84. By whom? Answer, Muhammad. 85. Name some of the marks that were put upon the Moors of Northwest by the European nations in 1774. Answer, Negro, black, colored, and Ethiopia, or Ethiopian. 86. What is meant by the word Negro? Answer, Negro, a name given to a river in West Africa by the Moors because it contains black water. Or Niger, Niger or Negro. 87. What is meant by the word black? Black, according to science, means death, right? And you notice whenever you see, swampy, stagnated black water, or, if you ever look at a puddle, and if you kicking that puddle long enough and it stirs up, and there's probably not no life in there if it's all murky and muddy. Ain't too much living in there 9 times out of 10. Unless, of course, you're talking about the swamp and then you got a whole bunch of creepy crawling things coming up out of there. But, that's a whole other story. So 88, what does the word colored mean? Colored means anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. 89, what does Ethiopia mean? Ethiopia means something divided. 90, can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian? The answer is no. All right, why? Because man is made in the image and after the likeness of God, Allah. It's real simple. I could have broke it down, but I just make it real simple. You're made in the image and likeness of God, so anything less than that is ungodly. Period. Just keep in mind. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet today. 92, they call it the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. 92. What title does Satan give himself? God. 93. Yeah. 93. Will you define the word white? White means purity. Purity means God, and God means ruler of the land. 94. To whom do we refer to at times as being the great God? Answer, Allah. 95. Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah? Answer, no. He is a shadow of our lower selves and will pass away. 96. Who made the devil? Right? Answer, Elohim. 97. Who is Elohim? Elohim is the 7 creative spirits that created everything that ever was, is, and ever more to be. 98. Excuse me. What is Elohim sometimes called? The 7 eyes of Allah. Right? How many days are in a circle? 7 days. How many days are in creation? 7 days. 101. According to science, how many days are in a year? 7 days. Right? Now, that was the reading of the 101s from the 101 questionnaire. And I felt the need to do that for a number of reasons. But mostly because we've gotten to a point now in the movement where you've got a clear division of the 3 degrees, you know what I mean, of all, that all religions are based off of, and Taj has talked about this numerous times, but belief is the first degree, or the 3 candlesticks, if you want to do it that way. Belief, faith, and fruition. All right? We've got a whole lot of people, whole lot of people on the belief degree. Right? And maybe a half, maybe a third out of those people have experienced the faith degree, and they might be in and out of it to whatever, degree that they're in terms of their level of faith, and then in the Biblia Heliotheca, it always talks about, if you have at least the faith of the mustard seed, even though a mustard seed is really, really, really small, that's really all it takes to get stuff done. And when we understand metaphysics and start, understanding the actualization of quantum physics and, string theory and all those wonderful things, we're able to, hold on, coming up on my time. Let me just reset right quick. So we're back. So yeah, talking about string theory and all that good stuff. When you actually start to activate this stuff, and you understand metaphysics, you will be getting from the belief to the faith degree into what's known as the fruition degree, right? And the fruition degree is what all priests, all imams, all 32nd and 33rd degree Masons, most of 33rd degree Masons, because like water freezes until 32 and then it unfreezes, it starts to thaw out. But anyway, whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But yeah, so once you get to that fruition degree, right? Fruition is the point that stuff starts actually happening, right? So if you've been, dreaming or meditating on something, the fruition part is when it actually kicks in. When you actually start receiving whatever it is happening, or it manifests, right? Now, more science in and of itself, I Self Law and Master in is the acronym, but the religion is Islamism. And that ism is in science and mathematics. All right. If you don't know how to add it up in your head, pull out a calculator. It's not that hard. But there's a certain level of mathematics that everything in the universe is based off of, and it's called the golden ratio, or pi, right? 3.14. And there's other ratios that can be expounded upon, but the pi ratio is the one that they show you. And if you've ever seen the charts, or if you've ever looked at anything on the Moorish directory, we talk about it in great detail on the website, on the Mind page. When you look at fractals, right, scientific fractals, or when they do the double slit experiment, and they talk about going back to string theory and things going on with that, which I'm not as well versed in, so you guys bear with me. But when they do the double slit experiment, it's that moment of observation that ultimately determines, what comes out on the other end. So whatever it is you're looking for, that is what the universe is going to show you, right? That's how things are actually going to manifest. Whatever it is you're looking for out of this universe, whatever your concept is of the world, it is what it is. It's whatever you say it is at the end of the day. And that's the catch-22 about this whole thing. The beautiful part about it is that you can get to self-actualization on your own, right? You don't need Nun Nagi. You don't need, hours and hours of tapes or anything else. You don't need a whole bunch of other stuff, right? That they might say that you need to come into your own understanding of self, right? All you got to do is meditate, breathe, like really breathe deep and meditate. And if you use your imagination, if you still got one, if you're young and don't have an imagination, then you might want to check your pulse. But, if you're still alive, you're still kicking. Now, if you've been an adult for more than 20 years, then it's okay. You just kind of old. But if not, or even if you have, I'm not even going to get into the ages right now, because I know y'all are so fickle with me and the jokes. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna move forward with this. When you're talking about self-actualization, right, and you're talking about reaching that point of fruition, you're gonna have to be meditating. You're gonna have to be focused. You actually, and like I said, use your imagination. So if you can't visualize it in your mind, you know what I mean, or you can't draw it out, or something to that degree, then 9 times out of 10 it may not come the way you expected it. And the funny thing about it is, the universe is real funny, and this has just been my experiences. Yours might be a little different. The stuff that you really, 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 really think you want, the universe is gonna try you and see if you really, really want it. Like you think you want it first before it gives it to you, and you'll get introduced to it thinking, all right, this is gonna be cool, but it ain't what you expected. You know what I mean? And a lot of times that's the Maya or the illusion aspect of things playing itself out. You know what I mean? But we often, too often rather, get caught up in the illusion rather than making the experience what we want it to be. You know what I mean? Like it really is about self-determination out here. And if you ever read a good poem to read is called Invictus, right? But getting back into the work, I just wanted to hit a couple more things so we'll be clear. All right. So and again, this is just kind of a review for people who've been around the block, so to speak, with the science. And for those who are just coming in, this will be a nice introduction for you guys today. Or not nice, I should say, a good introduction, because nice means naive, and we don't want any naive people. We want people that think for themselves. Pardon self. All right, so Act 1. So these are additional laws. This is also coming out of the 101 questionnaire. and realize that you've got the divine constitution and bylaws, but then the prophet also had some additional laws for the Moorish Americans that he wanted, us to follow, because he knew, being, the prophet that he was, what was going to happen, going down the line. But Act 1, and I just want to read this into the record for the people. Act 1, grand sheiks and governors and heads of all temples, all business, each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Before acting upon any members, let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc. That will cause support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under a heavy restriction, etc. by the Prophet or the Grand Sheik. Act 2. All members are to attend their add-up meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, he should be fined 50 cents on the first case, or shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If a member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe as much as he is able to the uplifting fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is the lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation, and if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Remember, Jesus means justice. So Jesus will be catching up with you. Anyway, let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while up making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire. And let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and partial to the uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet Noble Drew Ali through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Islam. So with that, I wanted to jump into some new info for my people out here. And you know, for some of you guys it'll be new, for some it'll be old, hopefully pretty soon here. But I know if you guys been paying attention to the YouTube channel, we have been putting up some videos recently. The video I'm making mention to while I'm looking this stuff up is the restoration of consular court, right? And consular courts, in general, under Title 22, Chapter 2, Section 141 through 143, originally consular courts were for those nations that are listed at 141, held in foreign nations to, settle disputes and things of that sort. On a more local level, if you couldn't afford to go to the the state level, or if you had an issue that you could settle on a smaller scale, you could go to the consular courts to get a ruling, right? And back in the day, if you needed to get a quick divorce or something like that, or something real simple, you could go to the consular courts and get it done, and it'd be just as valid as any of the other courts. But for the sake of argument, the finance and the fiat, along with the fact that in '56, Dwight D. Eisenhower was the president at the time. He chose, as a matter of fact, let me pull it up for you guys. I'm gonna read it to you. And last time I talked about this, I told y'all they were gonna take it down, and they did. And they moved it. So now when you go to the website, if you go to the Cornell website, you have to go to the notes section under Chapter 2 to get to what I'm about to read to you guys. So just hold on one second, and I'll be editing this part out, of course. But yeah, you go to notes, bada bing. Let me stop this.